Alright guys, today it's pretty simple. I'm taking some scrap plywood that I had, or some scrap plywood and 2x4s that I had from making the bed the other day in the video. If you haven't seen that, feel free to check that one out. And this is just the cutoffs from that. And so I had enough to make a box out of 2x4s with a plywood floor, or plywood bottom, I guess. And I really just based that frame size off of the size of the plywood that I had. It was a 16-inch square of plywood that I had left over, and so I just cut it to fit that, and I angled the face of it 45 degrees to hold the other piece of plywood, scrap plywood that I had, that's going to make the kind of like drafting table, art easel kind of situation there. And then on the back end, I went ahead and put a 15-degree angle on the back end of it, because that's where I'm going to put the other leg. And I just wanted to kind of sit at an angle. It's just kind of it's going to be 3 legs, and it's just going to help, stabilize it. And I think it just looks better. So after we get all that cut up, we're going to use some pocket screws to go ahead and assemble all of this. So after we've got the frame pocket screwed together, we're going to go ahead and attach the easel part, where you're going to put the workpiece. And I just screwed it in through the back, and I've already attached a little 1-inch strip of plywood at the base of it too, to help support any notebook or whatever you're going to be putting on there. And then we're going to go ahead and attach the big back leg. It's a 2x6 that I had laying around. And then we're going to go ahead and put our plywood on the bottom here. And that's just going to give it like a little area where you can store stuff behind the little easel. And then I just used some pocket screws again to go ahead and attach these legs at the front. I wasn't sure how well it was going to work out, but they turned out great, and it's really sturdy. I thought about going up the side, but I just think it looked a lot better. Just a pocket hole screw them right to the bottom, and it's 3/4 inch plywood, so that we're screwing into. And that's pretty much it. After we got these screwed in here, I found a can of black paint, spray paint. And so I went ahead and spray painted this black, and I got it barely got it all painted with whatever was left in that can. So didn't get multiple coats or anything, but it turned out all right. You can see it here. And then we're going to start go ahead and making a stool too, because I've got a stool top that I had laying around, and so I used the cutoffs from making the first piece, and then I made a little frame with some pocket holes that I could attach to this stool top that I have. I knew I'd use it for something eventually. So I put together just a little square frame. Pretty easy and fast. This thing, it's pretty simple. I could have put a little more effort into it maybe, and come up with a better design, because it is kind of gaudy looking. It's just kind of funky looking with that big 2x4 frame on the bottom of this stool. It's just kind of just chunky looking, but it's more about using it and what just making sure it's functional more than anything. So went ahead and realized that I forgot to screw the pocket holes to attach to the frame, so I'm doing that now. So I screwed a couple pocket holes, attached it to the bottom, centered it up, and then after I got it nice and centered up, I went ahead and put the legs on the outside of this frame, and I think it turned out okay. It's just a little bit, weird looking, because you can see all the framing underneath of the thin stool seat. So it would have looked a lot better if you would have cut these 2x4s in like half. Wouldn't have looked so boxy. But it's going to work, and it sits perfectly, and I mean, it's super sturdy, obviously. So you can see I did the same thing I did with the other ones. I just didn't angle them. I did two in the front, one in the back, just like the paint piece. And there you go. It actually looks kind of cool. A little different. And so I went ahead and got some red paint so I could paint this. And there you have it, guys. Finished product. Looks good. I didn't paint the top of the stool because I think it looks pretty good. It's already got a good finish on it. So that's going to be it for this one. And thanks for watching.